how can we use reparations to address the actual housing wealth gap, and how do we advocate for that? David, you wanna take a stab at that one?
Well, I'll get started, but I hope Rob will come in and offer some thoughts too. I mean, I appreciate the question, because I do think that any meaningful reparations has to address this. The question is how, and I think that's a tougher question to answer. The debt is so great. I think mostly that we need to go after, some of these vast fortunes of money that have been built up based on this exploitation, over generations, and see how we can't, redistribute some of that to some of the people that were part of building these things. There's a big old house here somewhere in Asheville I've heard about that's got a lot of tourists coming to it, that, as far as I can tell, was built by Black people for the most part. But I don't think they're getting any of the money. So I think there are opportunities, but mostly I feel like the reparations process needs to really follow the lead of the Black community in terms of determining, you have to ask the people who have been harmed what's going to begin to make them whole again. So I feel like it's not really my place to say how reparations should work. It's my place to figure out how to support it, how to advocate for it, as the questioner asks. So I think stay tuned. I don't quite know what the solution is or how we're going to advocate for it, but we're going to do it. What would you add to that, Rob?
I pretty much would co-sign exactly what you just said. The solution should come from the community. Community engagement on a large scale should be initiated to figure out what the community needs. I have a lot of ideas of what I would like to see, but as I said, this shouldn't come from me or any one Black individual. This needs to come from the community, and they need to decide. And to be honest, our community there are several different Black communities: Burton Street, Shiloh, East End Valley, all the public housing sites. All of these communities, they have literally been presenting plans to the city, for decades of what would assist them. Couple things get implemented, a lot of things get negated. So now it looks like, how do you advocate? Advocate by now standing behind the things that these communities are advocating that they need in their community, and just empowering their voice, and the leaders and individuals within these communities that have these plans and have been trying to get these plans implemented for decades. Advocacy simply looks like getting behind them and giving them the support they need and pushing them forward. That's as simple as that to me.